Phrasor is another one of the player modes that plays MIDI sequences that are triggered from notes that we specify in a trigger range. Now we have the preset browser and preset manager here that works similarly to the arpeggiator. Right now there's nothing in there, and we can load them from there and then save them from here. Maybe we'll create one and save it. And we have the play button and the latch button, and that works again similarly to the arpeggiator, where this will start playback and a latch will allow you to play it back without keeping your fingers on the keyboard. In this case, however, with latch on, the pattern will continue to cycle over and over again until that note is played a second time. That'll disable latch as well as pressing the button. So the idea is that we drag patterns into this pattern assignment window here and trigger them by hitting their keys, or we can press the play button here for multiple ones, and then we can use the global play button to trigger multiple patterns at the same time without needing to press their individual assigned keys. So let's start by looking at the Phrasor pattern browser here. Now I've got a guitar sound loaded in. And it sounds nice. And I've got a simple pattern programmed up with 4 bars alternating between A minor 7, F major 7, then A minor 7 again, and then E7 sus. It sounds like this. Back to A minor 7. E sus. Okay, so I want to get some patterns to play on guitar that'll fit those. So we have a browser here, and these are the master hierarchies. I'm going to go into American Acoustic. It fits with the guitar sound that I'm using, but you can also get a lot of fun and serendipity by choosing some of the other patterns, by mixing and matching the patterns with the sounds. But for now, I'm going to keep it simple and go with this. And I'm going to choose one. I'm going to go for the first pattern, choose the first one here. We can audition them by clicking on them and using this auto preview button. And it's not quite what I'm looking for. Let's go to straight. Okay, so that works nicely. So if the auto button is on, you can just select these and they'll keep playing as you switch, or use this as kind of a stop and start. Now, I can see that's a minor chord I want for my A minor 7, but if I look at the notes, it looks like it's an F minor. So I need A minor. So I need to transpose it. We can transpose each pattern with this field over here. So I'm going to drag this onto C2. And now we see a little icon here. I can click that play button, or this one, or the C2 on my keyboard. But I want to transpose it up 4 semitones so that it's going to play A minor. So that sounds great. So as you see here, it's simple drag and drop. We just drag onto the pattern note assignment window, and then we can use the X over here to remove them if we want to get rid of it, or we can just drag another one over to replace it. So now I want to set something up for my F major 7. So let me look and see what else we have. I found one earlier that I liked, which is this one. And again, I'll audition it. Now the problem with that is it looks like it's a C major 7. So I want to transpose that one up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's drag that onto D2. I'm going to drag that one up 5 semitones. And that looks more like an F major 7. And then I need something for the sus chord. And I found one earlier that I like, this one. Again, we can audition. But that's a G sus, so I'm going to need a transpose. And we can transpose by octave here as well. So I'm going to leave it in its original octave and then drag that onto E2. And we see that was F, so make a mistake. I can drag that over there and then click the X button to remove it from there. We see the 3 trigger buttons there. And let's transpose this one. So that's G. I got to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 semitones. So now I should be able to play my pattern and then trigger these notes and get these patterns playing. And we can quantize the note triggers here, as we saw before, with immediate quantization, or quantize it to the nearest 16th, nearest beat, or nearest bar. I'm going to leave it at beat for the moment, and let's try it out. Okay, the first problem I notice is that the second pattern is a lot quieter than the others. Well, we have these pattern playback parameters here that we can use to influence how they're played back. So I'm going to select the first one and lower the intensity. And this allows you to scale the velocity of the selected pattern to make all the notes in the pattern louder or softer. So I'm going to make this one fairly soft, or fair bit softer. Let me select this one and make this one louder, and you'll see that it remembers the intensity for each one. And then the third one was a bit loud as well. So let's try that again. So that works nicely. Maybe I'll select the third one and make that one a bit quieter. Now we can also humanize this to get more variation between the note velocities and the durations. And we can also quantize here. Right now, these patterns are being played the way they are recorded, but I can quantize them to specific note divisions. And when I do, this swing parameter is enabled so that I can then offset the timing of the second notes to get a swing feel, or just stick with the original feel of the pattern. And we can also play them at half speed, regular speed, which is what we're playing them at, or double speed. So now that I have these assigned, I can optionally save this one and then recall it, and it'll appear in the preset browser here, of course. And as we saw with the arpeggiator, there's a lock icon, and this will prevent another phaser preset from loading if it's part of an instrument, so we can maintain this current setting and setup while auditioning different instruments. In the next video, we'll look at using our own MIDI regions within the Fraser.